Hello guys, myself Randale Abhishek, USN 113. Today we will discuss about flat plate collectors. So what is a flat plate collector? Flat plate collector is nothing but it is a solar panel device that uses solar energy to generate thermal energy. It converts solar power into thermal energy, that is cheaper energy, utilizing water as an operating fluid. A flat plate solar collector takes in solar radiation and transmits heat to the functioning medium. It is suitable for several thermal applications. The average temperature range of flat plate collector devices is 100 degrees Celsius. Besides, these devices have an economical cost of investment. The FPC devices are the backbone of solar thermal devices. They have the diverse applications for household to commercial sectors. Flat plate collector devices are commonly used for active space heating and water heating for further usage. So now we'll see the working principle of a flat plate collector. Absorption. The collector absorbs solar radiation through a flat plate, which is usually made of black or a dark material which has high absorptivity of to sunlight. The flat plate is coated with a special material that helps to absorb the solar radiation and convert it into heat. So next, conduction. The heat generated by the absorption of solar radiation is conducted through a flat plate and into a series of tubes or channels that are embedded in a flat plate. The tubes or channels are usually made of material that has high thermal conductivity, such as copper. Transfer. The heat that is conducted through a tube or channels is transferred to a fluid that is circulating through them. This fluid is usually water or water-based solution, but it can also be air or any other gases. So next, storage. The heated fluid is then transferred to a storage tank where it can be used for a variety of purposes, such as heating water for domestic use or space heating. Circulation. The fluid is circulated through the collector using a pump or other circulation device, which helps to maximize the amount of heat that is collected and transferred to the storage tank. So next, how does a flat plate collector work? The working of a flat plate collector involves the transfer of a heat or thermal energy. The operating medium exchanges heat from the sun rays. The heat absorbing plate of the collector is exposed to sunlight. As the sun rays it on the flat surface, a portion of the energy transferred into heat. This led to a rise in the temperature of the flat plate solar collector. When fluid is passed inside a collector, the temperature of the fluid increases as the heat from the absorbing plate heat is transferred to the fluid. Eventually, the fluid transmits the thermal energy from the collector to the functioning energy system for different users. It works on the principle of the first and second laws of thermodynamics. Applications. So here are some applications of the flat plate collector. The domestic hotware, space heating, swimming pool heating. So in domestic hot water, flat plate collectors are used to heat water for use in homes and buildings. They are typically installed on the rooftops or on the ground near the building, and heated water is stored in the tank for use later. Space heating. Flat plate collectors can also be used to heat the air in buildings for space heating purposes. This is often done through the use of duct system that distributes the heated air throughout the building. Swimming pool heating. Flat plate collectors can also be used to heat the swimming pools, allowing them to use for longer periods of time throughout the year. Industrial process heat. Flat plate collector can be used to provide heat for industrial processes such as drying or currying materials. Overall, flat plate collectors can be are can be used for a versatile and cost-effective way to capture the sunlight into usable heat, making them a valuable tool for a wide range of applications. So here are some types of flat plate collectors based on glazed panels. Glazed or glazing panels are insulated panels that embrace a glazing covering. They they block infrared radiation and provide insulation to the solar plate. Under the glazing, there is an absorbent in which the working fluid flows. Glazed flat plate collectors are commonly used in household water heating installations. Unglazed panels. These flat plate collector devices are not glazed. The unglazed panels are usually utilized for swimming pool heating installation. They are inexpensive but less popular. The temperature range is less than 30 degrees Celsius. So next, based on configuration, parallel absorbing plate. In parallel flat plate collector, the heat can be dispersed with a longer volume of circulating fluid while the branches present inside. It can be installed in both horizontal and vertical orientation. Series and next is series absorbing plates. Such flat plate collectors include a sole continuous circuit. It has a high heat jump, and a lesser volume of circulating fluid. So next, components of flat plate collector. Here are the typical components of a flat plate collectors: absorbing plate, tubes or passages, insulation, glazing outer, casing or container. So absorbing plate, it is the component inside the collector that traps solar radiation. The absorbing plate converts the solar power into thermal power. It is a dark plate generally made of copper fuel. Tubes or passages. The absorbing plate in a flat plate collector had a grid of conduits. These these are the tubes or passages for circulation of heat transfer fluid. It aids in conducting the working fluid from the inlet to the outlet. Insulation and glazing cover. Insulation minimizes the heat loss from the absorbing plate. It is present on the sider and back of the plate collector. The insulation is typically made up of synthetic foam sheets like fiberglass, etc. Casing or container. The casing acts as a resting surface or closure for the components of the flat plate solar collector. It is made of aluminium and holds elements in place. So we'll see some advantages of flat plate collector. A flat plate collector facilitates the collection of direct energy from all directions and diffuses thermal radiation. It is a clean, pollution-free system of energy generation. The power utilized by the flat plate collector is natural and renewable. Flat plate collector devices have a relatively low maintenance cost and longer working life. It is easy to fabricate and economical. It can be installed effortlessly. Flat plate collectors are fixed to a mounting structure in a tilt and oriented in which they receive maximum sunlight. With flat plate collectors, more energy can be generated even at low temperatures. Merits. Merits it includes like efficiency, durability, low maintenance, and versatility. So efficiency. Flat plate collectors are highly efficient at covering solar radiation into thermal and can achieve efficiency rates up to 80%. Durability. Flat plates are durable and can withstand harsh weather conditions including extreme temperatures and hail. Low maintenance. Flat plate collectors requires very little maintenance, which makes them a cost-effective and choices for homeowners and business. Versatility. Flat plate collectors can be used for a variety of applications, including heating water, space heating, and process heating. So, After merits, there are some demerits as well as low performance in low light conditions. Flat plate collectors are not very effective in low light conditions such as during the cloudy weather at night. Limited heat storage capacity and installation complexity and cost. While the flat plate collectors can be cost effective in a long run, they can be expensive to purchase and install initially. Bulky. Flat plate collectors are bulky and require a considerable amount of space for installation, which may not be practical in some situations. Overall, flat plate collectors are reliable and efficient way to capture solar energy, but they do not but they do have some limitations that should be considered before choosing this technology. Conclusion. After that, a flat plate collector is a device acting as a heat exchanger. It converts solar power into thermal energy. It can gather solar energy and use it to heat water in house for bathing, washing, etc. Also, it can be used to heat the hot tubs, swimming pools. The flat plate collector proved to be more feasible than the other water heating systems due to their economical price, simple design, and easy installation. They, they greatly help to save on energy bills. Thank you, guys.